What's up everyone? Today I'm gonna do another critique video, and this video is on the fifth group of accounts right here, and let's get started. So the first one, my first impression is there's a little bit of the identity between do you want the street style or do you want portrait style, because the first row right here, the cropping, you have a portrait that medium crop and then a tight crop. Although I like the bokeh focus on the eyes right here, but the next one is the kind of like the ruined street style. I mean, it kind of breaks the pattern. I would suggest this one should post another green background or kind of like the similar crop like this one, so that it balances out from left and right. Also, this one, the third one from the second row, it cropped too tight to the left. And one of the main thing need to remember is that look at the eyes direction. If the eyes looking toward the left, leave more room to the left. So that's my when I'm cropping, if the head is looking toward the left, leave less room to the right and then leave more room to the left. So that's my tip on the cropping, because right now there's a lot of room to the right, but the direction is looking to the left, and the left is so tight, there's no space for the portrait to breathe. So that's my take on that. Next one, let's see. I really like the tone, and this one is nice. I like anything that is windy, that create a nice windy mood portrait. I really like that one. The only thing I can think of is this one, cropping a little bit the back horizontal lines a little bit across the head part. And I can see that previously, like this one is good. It's not like toward the head. Anything that the background light, the lines crossing the head, you can fix that by just lower your camera angle maybe by 10 degrees, so that the lines will be around the arms area, and then more on top is the sunlight. But overall, this portrait, I like the mood in this one also. Yeah, and overall I like the tone consistency and the hair movement also. So, and be aware of this little bit of black window right here, because the portrait mainly is black, and this little bit of black window right here, it causes a distraction a little bit from the far away when you look at far away. And here is a little bit of white, you can just crop it. So you can crop it like this, and then you can turn your camera to the right a little bit, so that this main head part will be in the center between these two buildings right here, so that it avoid the distraction on the head top part. So that's my take on that. Next one. So overall, I like the detail shot in this one. I like the detail shots. The only thing I need to be aware of is that when I'm looking at the portrait, this branch in front is too close to the subject itself. It doesn't create a clean looking field to me. And this crop is cropping to the neck area too close. It seems like it's just the head part. Maybe you can crop down maybe 6 inches more, so it remains from the arms area, so that the whole portrait overall look and feel is good. And this branch, you can avoid the branch in the front. In the front, you can remain some leaves to blur out also, but just avoid this dark branch in front. But I like the bokeh shots, like the color and then the bokeh shot. This one is very nice, sharp strawberry detail shots. So it's just to find your identity right here, because when I'm first looking at this probably you are transitioning from detail shot to portrait to be more portrait, and you need to stick around more. Think about what do you like most, because you are doing a great job on the color. Maybe you can add some element of the color into your portrait so that it creates some of your own unique style, kind of like in my feed I like flowers and then I like portraits, so you can mix your portrait shots with flowers and then like with a flower background, so that it's still can mix with the detail shot, and then it's still for your identity standpoint you can have like flower portraits. So that's my suggestion. Next one. So this one, my first impression of the first row is that this one is individually is nice, but from the feed overall, this first and second slot transition is too deep. What I mean is too deep. This one is very dark, this one is very bright. Maybe I'm suggesting that you can post this one dark and then post this one semi-dark background, and then you can post a bright one, so that instead of, because this jump from bright and then too dark, the jump is too big for me. When you look at the feed overall, this kind of breaks the pattern from this first photo. So that's my suggestion on the feed consistency. Be aware of the background color, the jump of contrast from bright to low light. And next one, I like the sunlight vibes in this one. And this one probably you can crop this brick wall out, or just turn your camera to the left and to be more focused on this one, because there's a lot of bokeh in the back already. But the overall good vibes, I like the good vibes in here. So this a little bit of brick wall sometimes cause my eyes to cause some distraction in here, but you can crop it. I really like the color overall, the feel in here, and I really like this one. The outfit complement the gray background very nicely, and this one using the prism create a rainbow effect, the more focus on the eyes. The only thing is that these little two branches, if I'm shooting here, I have the prism, and then if I see this two branch kind of cause a little bit of distraction to me, I will just remove this two branch and then give another shot. Maybe it create a cleaner image on the face, because this two branch kind of breaks the pattern of the face a little bit for me. So I will remove this two branch in front. Next one. So the first one is black and white. I like the flower field. Overall consistency standpoint, I'm still searching for identity, whether do you want to stick with black and white or very bright color. So overall, so this is very bright color. Oh, by the way, yesterday I was talking about the cropping ratio. So be aware of the things that blur out in front, unless it's a very interesting like flowers or prism. If it's just a gray area and then it occupies a lot of space, maybe almost half the space of the picture, like even as half the space as bigger as the portrait, it occupies too much space on here. So in that case, you can probably just don't use this blur out unless it's an interesting blur out. So for me, unless it's a very interesting blur out that complement the portrait. For example, she has a light blue tone and something has a bright yellow here, then I will use this blur out technique in the foreground. If it's not that stands out, So anything that is not helping to stand out the portrait, I will just skip it. I will just skip it and then just a clean portrait by itself. And so that's just my suggestion right there. So next one, I really like the contrast and the mood in this one. Nicely composed in the center with the space left and right. I really like this one. And the overall contrast consistency is nicely done in this one. And so I can see the top 6 is a portrait, and then suddenly there's a landscape, even though I really like this landscape here. But if you're trying to build a feed, maybe you can answer my question on the comment. Are you trying to do alternatively, like portrait and then like landscape and then portrait, or you trying to like stick with all the portrait? Because from the feed standpoint, right now the top 9, they are similar portraits, and then there's a trend here and kind of breaks the pattern a little bit. But I really like the overall consistency on the contrast standpoint, and I like the bokeh here. So the overall consistency and contrast, even like this, the mood right here is really nicely done. So I know you're trying to put some landscape in between also. So if I'm putting some landscape in between, this window kind of breaks the pattern a little bit for me. So if I'm in between, I won't put 2 landscape all together, kind of like breaks the pattern. I will put a landscape here and then put a dark, this dark tone might be good for the next one, and then I can put another landscape that is dark, maybe this one also. So that's just my suggestion on the feed consistency. But overall, individually, I really like the contrast of each picture. It's nicely done. I really like the feel, the tone, like even the mood. Like the mood here is really nice. So yeah, next one. So I really like the prism. I was talking about using lines. There's a little bit of reflection on the orange dot right here. It causes a distraction because the whole background is the gray out area, and then suddenly there's a little bit, unless there's a whole bunch of them next to here, it doesn't serve a purpose for this light, a little bit of reflection light right here. You can just crop it closer like this, just crop it slightly closer like this. And on top of that, these are individually looking really nice. However, next to each other, for example, the second slot and the third slot doesn't mix really well because the lines direction is mismatched when you're seeing in the border. Like I'm talking about the border between the second post and 2 posts, that the mismatch on color tones and the lines doesn't go well next to each other. In that case, if you have 2 leading lines picture, I wouldn't post 2 in a row in the leading lines standpoint. I will post 1 leading lines picture, and then I will post a nature picture just to put some unique flavor, like alternate flavor to it, and then I will post another leading line picture. So that's just my suggestion and advice on like how to make the feed more interesting. But I really like this city shot. It's so nice, the contrast, the landscapes are like the lines are so good, like all these are really nicely done. Like the contrast, I really like the red stand out of the white right here. So I can see that you are trying to transition from the landscape into the portrait. So that's just my suggestion on the portrait part, but you have a great job on the landscape already. So super nice landscape. I really like it. So next one, let's see. My first impression is that this one kind of scatter in the second row right here. Maybe it's because these lines, the blue lines, directly out of the head right here, and you can solve that by just ask him to do another pose, maybe just directly against the car, and or just sit next to the car. Let's sit on the ground next to the car and then do a sitting pose. Because the lines here, it doesn't, so there's a blue lines and then there's a triangle black lines in here, so kind of cause even lines straight out of the head right there. So be aware of the background even though it's blurred out also. And let me see, I like through the window shot. Also, as I have mentioned before, even though through the window shots, be aware of the reflection of the pole out of the window also, because this pole in the reflection is too close to the portrait. When you are looking at this as a whole, it's sometimes if it's better without that lines next to the face. I'm talking about this pole that's reflected in the window, so it's better to without the pole, so it's more focused on the eyes. The window shot sometimes is tricky. You have to worry about what's reflected and how do you get the most focus on the eyes, because the eyes is the most attracting point when the viewer look at the picture. So next one, I like the tone overall. When I first landed in this feed, I really like the tone. I like the composition in this one. I think this one can crop closer to create even more striking effect. Like if I'm cropping here, I will probably crop a little bit because there's no purpose just leaving the ground a little bit right here. I will just crop it closer like this. It just much cleaner, and it causes an imagination that I'm not sure how tall the wall is. Maybe it's really tall, but it's a cleaner overall feel when you first look at the image. But overall, I really like the tone. I like how the shoes stands out on this, like the red color stands out on the black and white ground right there. And overall standpoint, this second row you have a similar crop from this slot and then this slot, and then I think this one kind of crop closer, but individually I like the through the window shot right here. But from the feed standpoint, this one has the same level, this one has the same level of cropping you can see on the square format, and this one is even bigger crop right there. So I probably transition using another one. Probably I will post this one first and then post this one, and then I will post this one so that they have a similar cropping in the same level. And then when I am in order to post this one, I think you have to post something like non-portrait, like to space out like this one, and then post this one so that it's not next to each other, not that obvious that the headroom is so much difference, because this one the headroom has a lot and then this one doesn't have too much headroom. And overall I like the tone consistency in terms of the tone, so good job on keeping the tone consistent. So next one, this is the last one. The first picture, it attracted my eyes already. It's nicely done, nice tone in here, and I really like the back lighting in here. I'm thinking this one can crop like square like that already, because this little bit of edge right here, it caused a little bit of distraction from the side, so I will probably crop it like this. And Overall, keeping the tone very nicely. I like the hair movement in here. The hair movement and the laughing vibes is good, and the light is good, nicely put in the center. So yeah, just a little bit of this edge right here. Probably I will crop it out like the center to the center. So that's it for today's review. And if you want to be critiqued by me, right now is at the 24th video. You can just comment on the first picture of my feed. You can say, hey, I want to join the list also. So thanks so much for watching again, and hope to see you next time. Bye.